Hey guys, what's happening? You see this woman right here? She
A pleasant
is a
good
wealth
evening
of
to
knowledge.
Trinidad and Tobago. Now, the acting Prime Minister, Mr. Stuart Young, would have had a media briefing just a few hours ago. A whole bunch of hogwash, saying a bunch of nothing. Now, allow me to dissect what that message is supposed to be. We are in trouble. All those media houses that calling me for interviews, I didn't acknowledge any because I told you all first. Some of you all were laughing when I told you all Trump is coming, Rowley is running. I told you all from before. I told you all from before, if Trump should win the next election, Trinidad and Tobago will be in the graveyard. I told you all from before. But you all won't follow any dots because we don't have much critical thinkers in this country. Everybody a bunch of bandwagonists. No one is doing research. Y'all don't understand political science. Y'all do not understand geopolitics. Y'all do not understand bilateral relations. And clearly, many of you do not know what is happening in this country. Allow me
Absolutely
to die.
correct. In many of these Caribbean countries, we are all bandwagonists. A lot of us. The majority of the countries. This deal, where Trump ends the permit to export Venezuelan oil to the US, puts Trinidad in a black hole as well. That is why Trinidad scrambled to get this secure, a bid to lease the refinery in Trinidad and Tobago to an African company, a Nigerian company. But let's get back to
The
Kizza.
permit is in peril. Trump administration is revoking Chevron's Venezuela oil license. It's a major blow to Maduro, but also a major blow to Trinidad and Tobago. So we are already in troubled waters. We are in more troubled waters. We are in deeper waters now of economic doom. This is what it is. Now, remember, the exemption was granted by Trump's predecessor, Joe Biden. So now President Trump is saying, as of the 1st of March, no more. Chevron, that major oil giant, cannot and will not have a license now to do any business in Venezuela. Yes? So in terms of Trinidad and Tobago, it will affect us. Pay attention to macroeconomics now. It will be a sudden hit to Venezuela, and it will also affect us how? Our dragon gas deal, the dragon field. You all remember that? Huh? When they claim 2027 will be a bright year. Do you recall that they talk about the dragon gas, this 30-year license? That is not pragmatic. Why? Because for that license, that exploration license to be had, they need time. They need a long-term license. And I know BP and Shell right now, you all are in grave concern because of the OFAC license. Because BP and Shell, they were the investors behind the Dragon gas deal. Trinidad and Tobago, we are in critical financial, economic perils right now. If they think things are bad, trust me, they can get 100 times worse. Now, follow the dots now. Rowley suddenly jump out of himself and run to California and talking about a private trip with his wife. Where is the parent company of Chevron? That parent company is also in California. There's no amount of talking that Rowley could talk with Chevron because Chevron don't have the authority. It is President Trump. Rowley, you went and you bad talk Trump. You had the worst to say about Trump. You talk about Trinidad is no satellite country. Huh? You huff and you puff like some big bad pit bull. Now look at you. You have to go in a cage and put your tail between your leg. Because you talk too much, you get involved in big people's business. That is your problem. And Stuart, you're just running behind. That little chihuahua right behind you. Or you make poor decisions. Poor decisions. Let us look at Petrojam now. You'll choose to buy refined fuel from Petrojam, right? Is Petrojam buying crude oil from Venezuela? Yes. Would they be affected too? Yes. Formerly Petrojam had Petrocaribe had half of that company. Yes. Formerly Petrojam was owned by a Venezuelan national. Yes. Follow the dots. Rowley and them playing smart with stupid things. Remember the last U.S. ambassador that Trump put here was Joseph Mandela. When they had a big dispute. Who again? Rowley, Stuart Young. had a big dispute with the US Ambassador Joseph Mondelo over whom and what. Venezuela again. Del C, when they lied. And then afterward, they talk about things going to Aruba, which really went to Venezuela. You all don't know the trouble we are in. Now, when I wrote to President Trump, you all were laughing and making a joke. And I was pleading and begging for the mercy for Trinidad and Tobago, that the decisions of Stuart Young and Rowley cannot be the decision of the country. And you, Miss Kamala Prasad Bissessa, who apparently have no content. You just come in and sit down and watching every one of my video like you're in a classroom. To come and talk the things I regurgitate, all my vomit, just regurgitate it. You are a hypocrite, right? You're playing like you're so for Trump and you're so for Trump and you're so for Trump. You are the biggest all opportunists. Stop your nonsense. You are not even for Trump. You are just another political opportunist that has not realized that your days are done. I tell you, pay attention to them. One by one, all those political Goliaths will fall. Mark my words. Pay attention to the election. One by one, the political Goliaths will fall. Rowley, Stewart, Kamala, Munila, just keep calling them. One by one, you all will fall on your own sword. This election will be an election like never before. Mark my words. One by one, they will fall. You all are going to fall. There wouldn't be a fight, you know. There will be a fall. Pay attention. Now, in terms of where we are going now, this is trouble. This is trouble. To President Trump that responded to me, I'm saying to you, please hold your hand until after our general election, because this political climate will change. This political climate of Trinidad and Tobago will change.
Let me tell you guys something. You may dismiss her, but she's on point, eh? She's on point. You may say she's seeking attention, but guess what? She's on point. Most of the times, ideas and new beginnings come from people who don't expect it to come from. Do not dismiss this woman. Leave your comments in the section below, Trinidad and Tobago. Remember to like, share, and subscribe.